Hi, Warhawk Defense here. Today it's a nice late summer afternoon, and there's really almost no wind, and it's pretty nice, and it's not too hot. So we thought we'd take some time to talk about another rifle that we have not discussed before, and it is a rifle that I really like. Of course, I kind of like the military surplus rifles, and this one is an 03 A3 Springfield. Now actually this one isn't a Springfield, this is made by Remington. These guns were made for World War II. The original ones were Springfields, and they were made World War I and continued in production clear down until the M1 Garands really came into full production around 1937 and started to replace these in service use, in military use. But when World War II started, there weren't enough M1 Garands around, and so the military decided to put these back into production, and they contracted Remington and Smith Corona were two of the manufacturers that they used. This gun happens to be a Remington. It's got all Remington parts on it, except it's got a Smith Corona bolt. Now again, they made these to very high standards, very high specs, so the parts could be interchanged. Now this one was made in about 1943. The receiver is a 1943, late 43 receiver, and the barrel right here, I don't know, you probably can't see it on the video, but right here it says RA Remington Arms. It's got the exploding bomb on it, and it says 544. So this one was made in May of 44. The barrel was. So this gun has been rebarreled. Of course, you know, I know why it was rebarreled. This gun was built from parts, basically, and I got this gun from Sarco. Ordered it. Cost me $599, but it is pristine condition, and they built it from parts. You know, they got a stock, and they tried to match all the parts they could. They tried to use all Remington parts, and for the most part it is all Remington parts, again, except for the bolt here. But nice gun, but it's been rebuilt from parts. Of course, that is exactly what the U.S. armories did when the guns came back in after military service. And I'll give you kind of a close-up of this gun. You know, it's in perfect condition, basically, because it was rebuilt or built from parts by Sarco, and of course they had lots of new parts. The barrel, for example, brand new, never been shot before, and it's a two-groove barrel, dated 1944, and so Sarco managed to get a bunch of spare parts, and they've been putting these guns together from those spare parts. Now, none of them, they're all military parts. They're all World War II vintage parts, and this one has all the right. It's got the RJA cartouche right here on the side. It's got the P right here, cartouche. You know, it's got all the right cartouches on it. It says, I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says Remington, you know, Remington Arms on there with the serial number, U.S. Remington Model 03A3, right there on the receiver. But nice gun. Again, never been, well, I fired it, of course, a few times, but basically it's a new barrel. So we're going to shoot it today. I've had it for a year or two, and it's really, really a great gun. And I have loaded up some loads for it, some reduced loads so that it doesn't give you a real smack back. It's a 30-06, standard military 30-06. If you fire it with military cartridges with the 30-06, it gives you a pretty good smack in the shoulder. But the cartridges I've loaded are 30-06, but they're minimum, the minimum charge. So again, we're shooting them here on my range, and you know, I don't have a true rifle range, so we're going to shoot them here. And the reduced loading is nice. It's a plinking load basically. So the reduced loading is pretty nice to shoot, especially, you know, here in this environment. Not a load you'd go to war with, but so anyway, here we go. I'm going to go down and put the target down, and we'll do some shooting with it. Here we are. I've got two different loads we're going to try here. I've got the minimum according to the loading charts and the powder I use, which is IMR 4064, and this is 30-06 Springfield 30-06 brass. This is a 45.6 grains of IMR 4064, and it's a 160 grain bullet, 165 grain bullet, soft point. And so this is the minimum load according to the loading tables, or the starting load, if you will, the starting point load. We'll see how that does. And then the next charge that I want to shoot is 49.7 grains. So it's about 4 more grains of the same powder, and which takes it up to not a maximum load, but somewhere in the middle. So we'll try them both, and again, what we're trying to do here is get a plinking load and shoot the rifle and have fun. So that's what we're going to do right now. We'll use the dummy round. I do have a dummy round here, and to show you how this loads, you open the bolt. Now it will take a stripper clip. A stripper clip will fit right in the top here. I don't happen to have a stripper clip that fits this one, but you can also load them one at a time by just pressing them down in the magazine. And you press them down in the magazine, and it'll take 5 or so. And then once it's down in the magazine, you just close up the bolt, and you're ready to fire. Now there is a safety right here, and if you go straight up, it will stop the trigger from being able to pull, and if you go all the way over, it will actually lock the bolt. If you go straight up, you can still open the bolt, but you can't pull the trigger, and so it's got a couple of different safeties on. So straight up, you can't pull the trigger, but you can open the bolt. And then of course, when it's over fully to the side, like this, in this position, then it's ready to fire. Okay, and so here we go. We'll take the dummy round out. We'll take that dummy round out and load it with the regular load. Okay, here we go. We're going to load 5. See how she works. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's got a peep sight here and a blade on the front, and It was originally, last time I shot it, we set it up for 100 yards. We're only 50 yards here, so we'll see. We won't expect it to be exactly the same, but we're also shooting different ammo. It's not as powerful. So anyway, here we go. The target's down there. It's got a little pink right in the center of it, and when we shoot, we'll take the camera down and show you what we did. So all right, here we go. Loading the first one in. Getting ready. Find the front sight blade. Set it right on the bottom. Get it right back in my shoulder tight. Not bad at all. Not a big recoil. That's good. Doesn't sound real bad either. There's one. Load the next one. There's two. Three. Four. Five. Let's go down and see what we did. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I was aiming for the pink right there, and there's three right in there. I was actually putting the top of the blade right there, and I got a pretty nice group right there, but then I got these two up in here and here. That's kind of odd. I must have flinched or had a bad sight picture. We'll shoot some more and see. That could be a flinch or a bad sight picture, but those three right there aren't bad, and since I had it sighted for 100 yards, we're only shooting 50. That's probably makes sense that it would be a little high because the bullet's gonna, it's gonna arc a little out there like that to get to 100 yards. So if you double the distance I'm shooting right now, it'd drop it down into here somewhere, and if I was aiming right in here, then those would have dropped down in there about 100 yards. So that does make sense. Those two though, I don't know. That's me, I guess. Bad shooting. Okay, we went down and marked them off camera, so we'll shoot this time. Then we'll shoot the stiffer loads this time. These will be 49.7 grain with the same 165 grain in there. So there's one, two, three, 4, 5. All right, there we go, ready to rock and roll. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that one kicked a little more. I can feel a difference, just that little bit of difference in the powder charge gave me a, You know, we're talking, what, 5? We're talking 4.1 grains different, and I definitely felt the difference. These are a little stiffer. Yep, definitely a little stiffer. It's got this nice blade side on the front. It's real thin. That blade side's real thin, and when you look through the peep sight here and you see that little thin blade side, I can sit that little blade right on the bottom of the pink like a lollipop, and that's what I'm trying to do. Of course, my old eyes, it's a little bit of a chore sometimes, but I can't tell a difference in charge, that's for sure. This one gives a little more pop to it, a little more oomph, and that's it. So we'll go down and take a look at those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I must have used one of the same holes, but they're all right there. There's the three original ones are right there. 1, 2, 3, and then the other ones are right up and down right there. And I was aiming again about right there, and they're all going there. So, you know, whether looks like those must have been me shooting flyers. Those old guy, bad eyes, whatever. It's no wind today, so I can't blame it on that. But pretty darn accurate, 50 yards, planking around. So either one of those loads looks like it could be real good planking load, and the accuracy in this rifle is obviously very good. Look at the size of this group. You know, that's a darn good group. And it'll open up a little bit at 100 yards, but at 50 yards, that's pretty darn good. And for a rifle, it was made 1943, and a barrel, it was made in 1944. So, pretty sweet. That's that 03A3 Springfield. I'm going to shoot some offhand shots now, so we'll mark these, and then I'll shoot a couple offhand and see how it does offhand. Alright, well, offhand wasn't quite as accurate, was it? There's one there, there's one, 1, 2, 3, down low. Not quite as accurate. I wasn't holding very well. And then we shot off a couple of tin cans. There's the tin can. It had a bunch of 22s through it. One of those big holes right there. That's probably where the 06 went through it. Right there. Did knock it off. This one, let's see. Oh my gosh. Look at this one. Whoa. Look at this one. That was the coming out holes. That was the coming out hole right there, I think. That's probably where it came out. That must be where it went in, right there. Made a bigger rip coming out, obviously. Probably right there. Or right there. So, but we didn't hit the wood. We hit the can. So we hit both the cans. Of course, I cheated on those. I shot those from over the rest, but these I shot offhand. So offhand with that big rifle, you need some practice. Rest, shooting from a rest, well, accurate as heck. So that tells you that if you're gonna shoot this kind of rifle, offhand is pretty tough unless you practice up with it. But from the rest, pretty sweet. That looks pretty sweet. So anyway, here is the gun. We'll get another look. Again, Remington 03A3, built from parts by Sarco. Paid $599, just about $600 for it. There's that blade sight. Let's get up there. Kind of hard to see that blade sight. Get around behind it there. You can see the blade right there. That really narrow blade. Nice gun. I really like it. I'm really glad I bought it. Again, it's all authentic World War II parts. It's just reassembled from parts. And got a nice patina there on the bolt. There's the sight, or not the bolt, on the receiver, sorry. US Remington model 03A3 right there. Nice gun. Nice gun. I like it. Great shape. Got the cartouche. It's hard to see the one cartouche, but it's in there. Very cool, very fun, very historical. We like historical guns. They're always fun to shoot. So hopefully you can get you one like this in this good a shape and have fun shooting it, and load some plinking loads and shoot them at 50 yards. These plinking loads do pretty good. So anyway, I hope this was enjoyable. Hope you got something out of it, and hope you enjoy old military rifles as much as I do. So we'll say see you later.